Me, JP.
Of course, man. Of course, man. Thanks for joining, Pedro. Am I pronouncing your name correctly before we get
Yes,
started?
yes. Yep,
Okay.
Pedro.
Awesome, man. So yeah, welcome to Crew Talk. I'm supposed to have some other members of my wrestling crew join, but
Yeah.
it's late on our end. I don't know. Maybe they're having technical difficulties, but we'll rock with it. It's no problem, man.
Yeah. I wanted to say
Um,
thank you for having me. I know the time difference is kind of crazy. I'm on baby time, so like when I came home, I had to, try and put the other girls to sleep. My wife's doing her thing now. And
yeah,
yeah, 3 hours behind makes a big difference. And I'm always
yeah.
on East Coast time because I'm from New York originally, so
hmm
I still go off East Coast time. So I feel like time moves so fast when I'm out here in
Okay,
California.
okay, cool, man.
Yeah,
Well,
so
let's
appreciate
get
you staying up.
Yeah, man, of course, of course. Man, so welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Just to let you know a little bit about what Real TWC is all about. We're just a bunch of wrestling fans that love to, you know, just sit back, drink, and watch wrestling and talk about it. So we're just rocking with that, and that's what we do. Is as you see when you follow our page, we just talk
Yeah.
about pro wrestling. We have different polls. We have different, history dates. We have different, celebrate birthdays, different memes, everything like that. And we're in the process of expanding. So I'm really thankful for you to be on this podcast of ours. That's
For
that's
sure,
that's
man.
growing, and I consider you and your family very high profile guests. So thank you very much. So with that
Thank
said,
you.
let's get to it. So how are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Thank you so much. And let me make sure I'm pronouncing your name right. You go by JB?
Yeah, you can just call me JB, man. Yep.
JB, got it. Man, thank
hmm
you so much for having me. Again, I know staying up is it's crazy on that time, so thank you for staying up and being able to uh be okay with this time zone. I'm
Of
doing
course.
great. Just got back
Yeah,
from my
bro.
wrestling practice. I'm a
Awesome.
wrestling coach here in town as well, so always moving. We filmed a video earlier today, took some pictures, filming again tomorrow. It's like the grind never stops. And for you to say high profile guest, we're really humbled because we're still nobody, still trying to make it, still trying to inspire people, and still trying to go after my dream in the WWE for sure.
Okay, man. So a couple things. So you mentioned
Yeah.
coach, and I also saw that you work at UFC Gym, if that's correct. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes. Yes.
And you have aspirations for being in the WWE. That's awesome, man.
Yes.
Can you elaborate with that, Pedro?
For sure. Yeah. So going back to it, as a coach, and I'll talk later on about my experience being a wrestler. I've been an
hmm
amateur wrestler all my life, wrestled at a high level college. Came from Pennsylvania, where number wrestling is really well known in the state of Pennsylvania. And then when I moved out here, I continued to follow my dream, and I became a wrestling coach here at the UFC gym. And I'm also a wrestling coach right here for my club in town, Silverback Wrestling Club. And
Amazing.
then, just like you said, you want to say hello before you go sleep? Here's Hat.
Hey, there she
Say
is.
hi. She's getting ready to go
Yeah,
back here.
hi.
Here's a little celebrity right here. She's ready for bed. She just wants to give daddy one last hug.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, this is her and her sister, but she started it all, since
hmm
last year we started this thing, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna talk a little bit more about
Oh
it.
yeah. Oh, we will. Future world champ.
Yeah, it's future world champ right here, Haliel, right?
Yup.
Say hi.
What's up? What's going
Uh,
on? Oh, she's sleepy.
yeah. But sorry, I got cut off. Yeah, wrestling coach here, and then going back to my dreams of WWE, being an amateur wrestler all my life. I've been fans of Kurt Angle, um, yeah, Kurt Angle, Bobby Lashley, even Chad Gable, all these amateur wrestlers, and Gable Stevenson, Minnesota wrestler, upcoming superstar. People like
hmm
that inspire other people like myself who's been a wrestler all my life who wants to go after WWE, because there's always a common ground, and there's a diversion between amateur wrestling and professional wrestling, and I
Right.
always love both, and I always want to be that one to break the path. And when Kurt Angle came from the Olympics to WWE, he really changed the way.
Awesome, man. Yeah, Kurt Angle's one of the. It's funny. Me and the crewmates were talking about this, and I'm not sure if you're a fan of Seth Rollins, but
For
we get
sure.
into our Mount Rushmore discussions. Like, all right, like, and I like the way Seth Rollins kind of breaks it down. He says he has a Mount Rushmore for top draws and a Mount Rushmore for top performers, wrestlers and performers, right?
Yeah.
So the draws is whatever, but when it got to the performers, it was very difficult for me actually to do a 4. So the fourth one I was battling with was Kurt Angle, and I was like, I can't leave Kurt Angle off. Like I just
So I'm saying.
like someone has to be out, and like, but who is it going to be? And I'm not even going to say who it was because I don't want to cause anything.
Right.
Because it's just I'm like, damn, there has to be like 3 Mount Rushmores here because there's so many great
That's what I'm
performers.
saying.
And, the fact that you mentioned, Kurt Angle and Chad Gable and
Yeah.
and Stevenson, man, like, would you say that that would be your style once you break through?
Yeah, so again, being an amateur wrestler, big difference
Right.
to professional wrestling, and that's why a lot of amateur wrestlers have a easy understanding when they switch it to professional wrestling because most of the moves are
Yeah.
very similar, but then they have their critique technique, right? And a lot of us, I love Kurt Angle. I love how he kept that singlet. I love the All-American red, white, and blue, my favorite colors. I love how he did that. But Kurt Angle did his stuff, and when I make my way, hopefully, I'm waiting for my opportunity to come here soon. I'm gonna change it up, I want to continue off the social media, the app family, because without the app family, my family, and our platform, I wouldn't be where I'm at. And when I make it to the higher ground, I want to continue, kind of like what Logan Paul is doing. He's so big because of his name on social media, and now look what he's doing, making social media a big part of WWE. Same with Bad Bunny. No one believed Bad Bunny would be good, and look at the WrestleMania matches he did. Amazing performance.
Amazing.
All you need is a lot of these natural athletes like Logan Paul, Bad Bunny, myself, put me in that opportunity, give me an opportunity, put me in that ring, and I'm gonna be able to stand out and I can show myself, Pat. And if they have to switch me up, then by all means, I'll find a different character. But with our social media getting bigger, I want that to be a stronghold of our performance going into the WWE.
Man, I love everything you just mentioned right there. In fact, man, there's already, as far as I'm concerned, like if I were a writer, there's already a gimmick there. The whole story's already laid out as far as I'm concerned.
Right?
And yeah, and man, just to let you know, just to get right into it with the App family and everything, across, I was looking at the numbers, man. I know y'all said like, I think you're shortchanging yourself by saying that like y'all are like not known. Like my wife like definitely knows who y'all are, and it's not just because of me. Your videos pop up. That's how I discover y'all, and I'm like, yo,
Thank you.
This is awesome. It's so cute. It's so funny. It's so
For sure.
genuine. And across multiple platforms, man, y'all have like 400,000 and counting. And I'm probably missing some too. Like y'all are pretty known. Just don't sell yourself short. Y'all are like pretty known, and the videos are so entertaining. So tell me the story about like how that happened. Like what is the catalyst and the path to how that launched everything and how y'all blew up on social media with your videos and doing all this crazy stuff.
Great question, man. I was waiting for this question. So just to start off the history about it, the App family, where we got the App family name, my initials are Pat, so P-A-T. And then my wife, Caitlin, we've been together for over 7 years since college. I've wrestled, she played volleyball, the rest was history. So her initials was C-A-W. And we already lived like a marriage couple in college. So we called each other Pat and Cat because her last W would turn into a T. So that's so catchy. We're like Pat and Cat. We like that, right?
Yeah.
So then when quarantine happened, 2020, we wanted to go and take off with social media, and we started YouTube. It wasn't doing all right, and then we switched it to Instagram and TikTok. And then when our firstborn, Haliel, was born, and we wanted to keep that tradition alive because it's so easy. The App family, Pat, Cat, Hat, and now Lat. And in the future, God willing, when we have more kids, we're gonna keep that tradition going so people know we're the App family, right? Yeah. And that's where that name came from. So easy to find on social media. No one will forget us as we continue to move on. Yep. Right? Exactly. So, and that being said, so it all started again being a big WWE fan myself. My wife Caitlin, she was also a fan growing up, liking the Undertaker, Kane. But when she found me, I pretty much brought her a little bit closer to the sport as well. Like she doesn't mind watching it with me. She learns more about the new people. She's more of like the Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression, just like me, as you can tell from our videos. I was born in 1996. Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression. Those are all of our videos. And then the WWE Universe and the NXT era we add those on as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it started last year in March where we were on TikTok and we were just doing a lot of family contact. Haliel was so young; she just turned 4 months, and we
Mm-hmm.
were doing wrestling videos. Me being wrestling coach, I did like a wrestling move on my wife, just like a chop and a takedown and just regular
Mm-hmm.
like freestyle leg lace, and it blew up. And I said, wow, people, people like this, and I'm just showing wrestling, and it was
Yeah.
so funny and genuine. And then I said, you know what? It's time to take it to the next level. Let's see what we can do. So our first video that blew up on TikTok was where Haliel was facing the camera, and I said, "Hi, baby girl. Don't worry, I'm not gonna do nothing." And I put in a little Walls of Jericho, and then Caitlyn came with a frying pan and smacked me in the back of the it smacked me in the back of the head, and it sounded like Stone Cold and Vince McMahon that skit in the hospital, the
Yup.
pan
Yup.
shot, ding,
I'll take it from
and
here,
then I
nurse.
just exactly right. And the funny thing is, Caitlyn is a nurse herself, so it just makes
Oh
perfect
man,
sense. And I
that's
not
great.
and I fell down. That video blew up. I said we got to take it to the next level. Then the next video was I put Holly on the ankle lock, and she came with a crutch that we had in storage, and she knocked me in the back of the head. And that video blew up. And we said, man, people love this. We want to show our interest for wrestling. How can we do it in a fun, genuine way? And then from there, we wanted to change it up, and we found our niche with professional wrestling. The wrestling family, we love wrestling. We love doing it in a nice, safe way as well,
Yeah, man.
showing that you can have fun with your family wrestling and not have to get hurt. As you can tell, all our video safety always comes first.
Yup.
And then even the ones that we just started doing at the gym now, not too long ago, these videos
Mm-hmm.
start blowing up where we're starting to show a little bit more of the athletic side, the stunts. Caitlin is pretty much helping me show my true acrobatic skills when she's the one giving me clothesline. I'm taking the bumps and this and that. So we're taking it to the next level here at the UFC gym, and we're still showcasing that you can still have fun with your kids and have a good time and show your love for wrestling, and also take it to the next level where you actually show stunts and taking bumps. And she's giving me a frog splash, and I'm doing small time bombs, and just showcasing them that I can do it when it comes to the ring, and I can also show that I'm also a good family man. So it all started back last year, and we just didn't stop ever since. And there's plenty of videos that you can go back. We recreate events. We do a lot of wrestling moves, tributes to people,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people, and we always the number one thing is that we stay engaged with our audience. We're always
Mm-hmm.
looking at the comments. We're always looking at the DMs whenever we have a chance. Whatever people say they want to see, if we haven't done it, we do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, without our fans and our platform, we wouldn't be where we're at. So we want to show them that we're still humbled, and even if we have a million followers, you guys comment something, we're going to try our best to get there. We never want to forget where we came from, because there's always a long journey to the top, and like I said, we're still making our way up there.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, man. And I love hearing like the determination and the strategic like outlook that you have and everything like that. And I feel like I just want to say like you touched on the safety aspect. I actually think that's a unique thing that I caught in watching your content, because
Yeah.
like I was like, oh, this is so like entertaining and very creative, but like very safe, and it
Yeah.
shows, it just shows how, I don't know, I really just thought it's really like genuine, and I see that like, you're very just like you know, just super safe, and it's just cute and wholesome. It's very wholesome
Thank
and
you.
warm and
I
everything like
got
that.
you. For
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
man. Definitely. And I love how you said that. I appreciate it. And another reason why is because on TikTok, it's very sensitive with certain videos. And I remember I did a video where I slightly just gave my baby Holly a little sweet chin music where she
Hmm.
just sat down on her butt, and they removed it. So even just a slight little touch like that can really affect the video, even if it's blowing up. So we say, you know what, we don't want to risk anything. So every single time we got to make sure we're safe, we're having fun, but we also tell a story, you
Yeah,
know, and that's the
definitely.
most important thing, just having fun. And even behind the scenes, we're starting to put behind the scenes on our stories to show
Hmm.
that she actually loves it. She has a good time. It's not forced, it's not nothing. When we put the camera on, the lights are on, she's the one who turns on the camera. She's the one who turns on the light. She knows when it's showtime, and she just loves it.
It's crazy, man. That's
Yeah.
that's so awesome. So with all this said, with everything going on with the brand that you're pulling, first off, just want to say, you can see Carlton has joined us. We might be having some technical difficulties, but
No worries.
you know, we'll rock with it. Hopefully that can get settled. But he's another crew member, and very excited to talk with you. Hopefully that gets settled.
Awesome.
You know, with everything. But I wanted to say, like, so you said your favorite wrestler is Kurt Angle. What about your wife's favorite wrestler and your kids' favorite wrestlers? Well, I know your littlest probably can't like decide that right now. But what about?
Yeah, for sure. Probably Randy Orton because all the RKOs she gave me.
Randy Orton's a legend, man. Randy Orton's a legend. Yeah.
So to answer your question, so I'm gonna go back. Kurt Angle is definitely one of my favorites, but I won't say I could definitely put him in the top 5. But again, like everyone else, we're all Dwayne The Rock Johnson fans, you know. Growing up, who really brought me to the sport of wrestling, 2000, 2001, I was like 4 or 5. That's when I was really focusing. That's when the GameCube games came out, you know, the Nintendo 64, WrestleMania 2000, Brawlers War, freaking WrestleMania XIX, Day of Reckoning. Listen, I go all the way back, man.
Hey, man,
I keep it.
All right, we're getting.
I'm a gamer too. I'm a gamer too. So you ask those questions, I got you. Listen, I was a big fan growing up. The Rock was a legend of mine. That's where I get most of that charisma. Right. Growing up, even in school, I wore glasses and I used to do the little Rock eyebrow where I go like this. And I used to trick people all the time. You know, I have that charismatic energy I get from him. So The Rock's definitely up there. You know, you got to put Stone Cold as well. Just that rivalry together. And then Kurt Angle would also be there. And then you got the other people like Triple H, Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio, the underdog. So I would say my all-time favorite would have to be The Rock, just because he brought me to the sport of wrestling. And then to answer Caitlin's question, I know she's putting the girls to sleep. She was always a big Undertaker fan. The dead man walking. Growing up, when she got into WWE, WF at a young age, she would watch it with her brother and her dad. Undertaker was always her favorite, and especially being a redhead, you know, those jokes people say, they capture your soul and stuff like that. You know, she's just one of the most genuine, loving person, you know, and she loves the Undertaker, so it fits her niche as well, you know.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I just want to say, mad props for talking about the great one. We are all monster Rock fans. I'm a monster Rock fan. I don't know about you, but like obviously I respect like other goats in the industry, but like I definitely vouch for the Rock and debates. I'll put it like that. Like I've come across some. I think that, and I love your opinion on this, actually, going off the cuff for a little bit. I think because The Rock got so famous as an actor, there's some I've noticed some wrestlers. I think some people, maybe because it was so long ago, but that era you talked about, I don't think people really grasped how big The Rock was within like a 3 to 4 year period. How
exactly?
I on the account we posted that like there was something saying like who deserves to be left out after, like, it was like 4 wrestlers or whatever, and I said anyone saying The Rock, I mean, no disrespect to other wrestlers who are legendaries and all their own and everything like that, but like The Rock in like 5 years like eclipsed most people's entire careers. Like exactly. I don't think he became an icon in movies because of his popularity and impact in pro wrestling. So that's why I don't think people realize, like, I think, I'm not saying this for everybody. Like, I think I saw Diamond Dallas Page on his account mention that, like, look, like The Rock's putting wrestling in the Super Bowl. He's putting wrestling out he has his own show, Young Rock, where there's wrestling in that. Like, I don't think they created WWE Studios for this because of The Rock's impact. And that's just really cool. I'm really happy you said that. Cause like, I think it's gotten lost because The Rock is a movie star, obviously. But
exactly.
Like, I think it's gotten lost. That, like,
exactly.
He's put a lot of the stuff that he's learned from wrestling, he's put all into the mainstream,
all over.
And it's just
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I love that you said that, especially the acting, because when you ask a young kid who doesn't know WWE, who's your favorite actor? Dwayne Johnson, but they don't know The Rock, right?
Exactly.
So just like you said, because he got so big with acting and took Hollywood to another stage. I mean, he's the number one paid actor, but remember,
Yep.
he started with WWE and even the Seven Bucks production, that story as well, that he always says he was traveling at a young age, only had $7 in his project in his pocket. Again, third generation wrestler, still not having that much, still having to work his butt off to make it to the next level. He only has $7 in his pocket, still wrestling in the indie sports and indie events and even in WWE. And because of that reason, he told himself he's not going to have $7 again. And look where he's at now. And I
Yep.
always look for him for inspiration. And there's more to it than life than just wrestling and his impact. And I love that you said that because it is true. A lot of people kind of forget who he was in the sport of wrestling with the era with Stone Cold, the Hollywood Rock. That's one of my favorite themes,
Mhm.
2003 when he left. Again, WrestleMania
Hollywood
XIX
Rock
was,
was, yeah,
that's what I'm
man.
saying. WrestleMania XIX 19 was one of my favorite WrestleManias in Seattle. That was my favorite video game growing up for GameCube and the Day of Reckoning. And as a kid, just playing that and growing up and falling more in love with the sport, you got to get respect for what he did in his time in
Yeah,
the
man.
business in the WWE before he took off to acting. And look, Black Adam doing his thing. And,
Mhm.
he's just a legend. He really done a lot. But going back to it, just like you and I, just seeing it. And another thing I can say, probably because we're from the East Coast. You're from Philadelphia originally,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So they have a lot of events in Philadelphia, in
Yep.
New York. You know how true we are, how big of fans we are to our city. You're a
Yep.
strong Philly fan. I'm a strong New York fan. We're
Mhm.
loyal to our city. We're
Best
loyal
wrestling
to the
cities in the
people.
country. Mhm.
Exactly. So when it
Yep.
comes to the history of WWE and the sports, we're gonna respect those people for what they did in the business before they even took off to anything else.
Yeah,
And that's
man.
what I love about it. Philly, New York, we just have that impact and so much love for the wrestling business as it is, and that's I agree with you 100%.
Awesome, man. That's great. That's great to hear with everything you just said right there.
It,
Now,
Definitely.
um,
it is.
hey, hold on for a moment. Carlton, are you able to talk right now on the line?
Yeah. I just wanted to come
Okay,
on.
cool.
Yeah. So first of all, I wanted to say I apologize. I'm having some technical difficulties, but I'm on.
No worries.
But I wanted to say, bro, your page is fire. Like I'm telling you
Thank
right
you.
now, as a father, like I'm a father, like I'm telling you, your page is fire. So I appreciate what you do,
Thank you
like
so much.
with your kids, like even your wife and everything. Like I appreciate it because right now, like even when I was like, man, I was like, yo, this is what I love. Like
Yeah.
I love it. Like when you can do it with your family, that's the biggest thing for me. Like
Thank
so,
you so
I
much.
was ready to jump on, man. I'm telling you,
For
like I
sure,
love
man.
what you do.
I
So
appreciate it. Thank you. And that's the thing. You guys having me here, I'm not going to forget these moments. And God willing, when I make it to the top, when I make it in the business, I'm not going to forget people like you and I who are still making a come up and talking about moments like this and where we started as a family page and taking it to the next level, because I know it's a matter of time before I get my opportunity to get in there and, I'm not going to forget it. So thank you for being a big support, big fan, and
Of course, man.
just encouraging us each and every day to keep doing our thing. So I
Oh
appreciate both of
yeah.
you guys. Thank you.
Of
oh
course,
yeah,
man.
that's
Now
facts.
now to bridge off that, you talked about you, and I think it's amazing. You seem you're so focused. That's what I'm just feeling the energy that you're
Yeah,
that's brimming off you like thousands of miles away. I can just
right.
tell you are determined, straight up focused in like what your purpose
Got the
is.
big goal.
Yes,
Got the big
sir.
gold belt.
Yes,
Like,
sir.
so with that said,
Oh
like what's some of your goals? Colton has a lot of belts too.
yeah, I
Colton,
got a lot of
Love
belts.
it.
we can't give it a shot with the video. We can't see you right now, but give it a shot. He has the John Cena belt.
Oh
He
man.
has a lot of good belts. Um
Heck yeah.
but no, before he shows them or attempts to show them, I just want to say, what are some, you mentioned about like growing your platform, so
Yeah.
and also growing what y'all do and your brand. Could you, if you are able to, can you shed some light and be more in depth on what you all plan to do in terms of growing what you're doing and working towards the opportunity that I'm going to tell you right now, I wouldn't be shocked if that opportunity happened like very soon. Just
Yes. Good
so,
question, and I love it. Thank you. And so again, when we first start our platform, again, it all starts with the name, the A family, like I
Right.
mentioned, and now Cohen gets to hear, just
Yeah.
having that name that no one will forget, and it's easy
Right.
to search up that A family. Oh, that's Pat, that's Cat, that's Hat, that's Left,
Yes.
you
Yep.
know. And we start as a family page like everyone else, but again, you got to branch yourself. And when we knew one platform wasn't working, when one thing wasn't working, we changed it up. Now we're that wrestling family, also a wholesome family, still posting our wrestling and family moments. We went to Disney. So all that stuff is not going to end no matter how big we get or wherever we go next, right? So we're going
So
to
that's going to
continue
be a
to,
part, no matter what. Y'all,
yep.
you get a contract with
Hmm.
you try out and get a contract with NXT, WWE, main roster,
Yep.
whatever. Your family content will always keep running.
Exactly. And
That's
that's what
awesome.
something that Kayla and I talked about, that even if I'm on the road, we're always together. We're a pack. She's gonna travel with me. You know, I know it's hard
Mhm.
for a lot of superstars to have to leave their family, but we just had a strong support system since day one. We're always together no matter what. So she would be the one to take over the social media where it's stuff behind the scenes, you know, stuff that people never really got to see in the WWE. We
Right.
can make a difference there. I see now they're starting to do that on TikTok. The Miz put up a behind the scenes what it is to be a superstar. We could do more in depth YouTube videos, what it really means like to be a superstar. What do
Yep.
I eat? What do I train? Like stuff that us fans don't know about because they're so
Right.
busy 24/7 on the road. We still want to give that to our people, to our content, and still post wholesome videos. So that's not going to change at all. And then that drive and focus, like you said. So I feel like opportunities coming. Like you said, having the numbers we have, we're so blessed. And there's a lot of superstars who follow us, right? And we've been in contact with them. WWE, XWE, AEW, Impact Wrestling, TNA, a lot of superstars all over the branches that we love. And I grew up watching, and for them to follow us and like our stuff and comment and talk to us on DM like we're best friends is a blessing, you know? And just
Amazing, man.
having those connections, it's amazing. And since I'm here in California, WrestleMania is coming up in April, right? And they always
Yep.
have a
We'll be there.
tryout. Exactly. So they always have tryouts in every WrestleMania, SummerSlam. So I'm in the works of getting a tryout. We haven't really mentioned this too much, so I'm telling you guys first.
Wow.
I'm in
Whoa,
the
whoa, breaking news.
Breaking news.
Yeah,
Here.
breaking
Oh,
news.
oh, wow.
I'm in the works right now. Nothing's official yet, but I'm still working my butt off to get with the right connections, the right people to get my tryout for the WrestleMania tryout here in LA because it's right here in my backyard. I can't miss this one opportunity. That's why I'm pushing the stunts. That's why I'm pushing wrestling harder than ever. Again, we're still putting our family contact, but that's why I'm in the gym every day working out. That's why Caitlin and I are showing more of the stunts, showing more of my acrobatic skills. And I'm in contact with a lot of pro wrestling locals here. You know,
Hmm.
California's big for pro wrestling. There's so many
Hmm.
pro wrestling schools all over the board we've been in contact with. In January, I'm gonna try to go to a couple just to see what I can do beforehand and just to get a little taste of it. Again, being an amateur wrestler, I'm a quick learner. I'm ready to get it. And Caitlin, you know, my biggest support, she always says, if you get the opportunity to try out, you're gonna make it. And I highly believe that because again, like The Rock, you know, having that athletic background, being able to act, I've been an actor a long time as well. A lot of people, what what makes me different is when it comes to being in front of camera, I can cut a promo, you know. I won't fold under pressure. And on top of that, I can wrestle, I can be athletic, and I have the heart to do it. Where a lot of these people and they're doing this campus rush now, right? And this wasn't around when I was at Penn State. And me and Caitlin are like, where was this at when we were at Penn State, right?
Penn
And
State,
it's
PSU.
PSU, baby, you already know. So we were at Penn State wrestling, and she was a volleyball player, and I was a big fan there too. We were even doing wrestling videos on our Snapchat before TikTok and Instagram. We were just posting little wrestling moves on each other just for the heck of it, and it was so fun. But these opportunities are going all over for new recruits, new college recruits. And don't get me wrong, you know, they're very athletic, but put them in front of a mic. Can they cut the promo?
Yep. Can
Can
they go to
they
promo?
can
Yep.
they be a character? Can they
Mhm.
engage with the audience? At the
Yep.
end of the day, it's about entertainment. You know, WWE, what can you entertain? And there's a lot of people that's going to be stuck in a performance center for many years until they find themselves.
Yep.
Me, you put me there right now, you give me an opportunity, and I'm gonna show you why I'm capable of being on that performance center in the NXT roster. You know,
I
and
mean, my man, I gotta tell you right now, I feel like we could submit this this episode and just give it to Triple H and like you're gonna get it.
Do it, right?
I'm
That's what I'm
saying, bro,
saying, man.
like man, your focus and drive is just incredible, man. And
Thank you, brother.
Colin, did you want to add?
Yeah, no. I love the drive. I love the passion. Like that's one of the things that I love the best. But I did have a question real quick. I just wanted to slide in real quick. I love the passion. I love the fire. So right now, so I know looking at your page, obviously between you, your wife and your family, like. Mm-hmm. What got your wife on board? Like, I know she loves wrestling too, but like right now I see like when I look at your page, and I know for a fact that between you and your wife, because I'm trying to get my wife on board too, so I need to know. What is it that both of y'all do? Like, what did you do to get her on board, and to get her on like the passion and the side, mm-hmm. to say, hey, we're gonna do wrestling moves and everything else. Like, what did you do?
Good question. And like I was telling JB before you got on, we blew up with a couple videos last year on TikTok, right? Just trying to find our niche, and we switched it up to some wrestling videos and a couple. Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you. We hear you
perfect. Yep. So we switched it up to a couple wrestling videos where it just blew up, right? WWE. And again, we're people pleasers. We want to do whatever it takes to bring entertainment to people. And we love when people comment, man, I have such a sad day, but when I see you guys, it makes me smile. And just hearing stuff like that makes us want to keep going. Again, we're just regular people. We still work day jobs. We still have to provide for our family. We're not in no big house. We're still in our apartment, mm-hmm. feeding our girls, making sure that they're fed and have a roof above their head. We're regular people, but at the same mm-hmm. time, we want to inspire other people and show that you can do it just being yourself, being regular people. And when those videos blew up, her and I were like, wow, like we can't believe this is really happening. Let's keep doing it more. Mm-hmm. And that's what really got her on board, because she's an athlete as well. And I pretty much show her stuff, and there's some videos that we've done, some crazy athletic stuff in our own living room, doing hurricanranas and moonsaults off the couch. And she's just saying, I can't believe I did that. And I said, of course, I told you could do it, because again, safety is always important and we always have fun with it. And when she can do it, it makes her want to keep doing it more, just like myself, because I'm passionate and she's passionate to help me go after my dream as well. And that's what really got her on board, just seeing when those videos blew up and seeing that she can do exactly what I can do, but better, happy wife, happy life. So mm-hmm. Once she realized that we can make a difference in the world and show love for wrestling and family, and show that, people who have kids could wrestle with them in a fun way, and show that you could just have a fun time wrestling. And that's what really happened, and being parents is not always, we don't really want to get our kids too much TV time. So that's why we do stuff like this. We get them engaged with writing, or we're always outside doing something athletic, or get them going, get their energy out. And then we're wrestling all the time or doing videos. And then sometimes they get their TV time. And that's what really helped us continue this love for it, that people love it, we love it, and we have fun doing it. And that's what makes us want to keep doing it for the people. It's all about the fans. Again, WWE, I'm an entertainer. I'm here for the people. Whatever they want, I hear and I excel for it. It's for our people at the end of the day.
That's awesome.
No, that's facts, man. Yeah. So as a father of boys, my guy, like I get you. Like
I feel you.
I agree with you. So another question I got. So what's that one match that got you into wrestling? Like, what is that one match that you're like, hey, I love this pro wrestling thing, like, because I've seen this. Like, I know my match, I never forget it. It was Hell in a Cell. It was a Bad Blood when I was a kid. It was Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker. Kane came out of nowhere. Yeah, JB is like, oh, Shawn Michaels, yeah, it's not AJ Styles.
I'm a big Shawn Michaels fan.
right. Heck
but yeah, it was that match, because I seen the way Shawn Michaels was. What was that one match for you that you could say, like, hey, I think I could do this pro wrestling thing, or I think I love pro wrestling this much?
Heck yeah, good question. So again, when I was talking to JB about growing up in Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression Era, I was born in '96, so I grew up with the late Attitude Era, early Ruthless Aggression era. One match that really got me, again, being a big Rock fan, was The Rock and Stone Cold, WrestleMania 17,
Yeah.
and then they had
Classic.
18, right? And then WrestleMania 19, just that rivalry and just seeing the promos, but mainly the Invasion. You guys remember the Invasion? I will always go back to that in the Survivor Series, and that's what really got me going in 2001. Especially when 9/11, I was in New York when everything happened, and I'll tell my story. I love sharing it too. Just being in New York and the Invasion and WCW, ECW, and that match really wanted me to keep going. And then the games came out, being a gamer, young kid at the time, having my GameCube, my Nintendo 64, we had Day of Reckoning. We had Day of Reckoning 2. We had WrestleMania XIX. You name it, man. I had all those games and being able to create. Yeah, that was all and then SmackDown versus Raw series came out with my little PSP, and man, it just kept going on and on. I was like, I want this. I want to keep going. And I wish I could find pictures of me at a young age. I was 5 years old with a fake WWE spinner belt, and I always looked up to that. And I could say those matches at a younger age really just filled my drive to keep going. And now I'm at 26 years old. I have plenty of life left of me and plenty of years of athletic ability to go after. And with this opportunity again coming here soon in LA, it's my one in lifetime opportunity to go after. I can't let it slip, and we just want to keep going from there.
Well, awesome, man. That's amazing. Your focus and drive once again. Like we have no doubt that when Mania comes to LA and you get your shot, you're gonna make them remember what they saw and everything like that. Remember, and also take note of the platform and audience that y'all have already curated by yourselves anyway.
Yeah.
And imagine
just like you said, by ourselves, man. Thank you.
Yep. It's a lot of hard work. So you already have that's a whole other job doing all that. Like that's so you already have it within you. With that said, I know that you spoke that we only so much time we have here. I want to get to a couple more questions with you.
Yeah.
What do you think of the WWE since we've been primarily focused on WWE right now? What do you like about it right now? What's your favorite? What do you feel about Triple H taking over? We'll start with that because Triple H taking over is a big thing.
Big thing, real big thing. Before that, I know I said time on my hand. Are you guys good on time? Because I know it's one over there. Are you guys good to talk a little bit afterwards?
Yeah,
we're good.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, good. Yeah, so I'm good on time. I know Kate got the girls, and if anything, I'll let you guys know. But I'm still good for an hour or an hour and a half, whatever's good on you guys, because I'm having fun. I'm enjoying myself. So thank you again for sure. And to answer your question, I love it, man. I love the. Yep, I love the new WWE, the Triple H era, right? The game era. I love how he's bringing all these people back that we saw get cut, right? With the Bray Wyatt series, Extreme Rules. I love how he's bringing UFC now. When everything was happening, they went to the UFC events, right? And again, being a UFC gym coach, and being a fan of the UFC as well, and doing wrestling moves in the UFC. And now he's getting DC into special referee matches. Just seeing how he's starting to branch outside of WWE. It's not just WWE. It's more to it. He's bringing these social media people like Logan Paul, Bad Bunny, all these what's her JoJo Siwa, right? And I was there at the launch party in LA, SoFi Stadium, when they brought JoJo Siwa, Snoop Dogg, all these people, and I love how
crazy
he's thinking outside the box now. His creative mind is really impactful, and it can give us a shot when it comes to that opportunity. We have the platform. I have the skills, the abilities. If he's bringing all these people outside, I'm just waiting for the opportunity to come where he can see me and us and be like, yeah, I see what you did. Our superstars follow you guys. Let's come on. And that's just more of that part. But what he's doing with the business itself, I love it. Really smart, really creative. I love the aspects of things now. Got Holly out screaming. She's yelling for me. Yeah.
She made a cancel earlier.
Yeah. She was like that. I'll go get her in a little bit. It's fine. But I just love what he's doing now, and especially and being a social media person myself, just how different things are. The promos, the Seth Rollins and Riddle promo leading up to their event, how they took
Man,
outside the box. He started talking
crazy.
about your family.
Yup.
You don't see that nowadays. That's like
Nope.
real stuff. He's
He
making
went
it real,
low, man.
Yeah.
He
He
went low.
went
That was
low,
crazy. That
right?
was
And
crazy.
and again, being a social media person and seeing that platforms like this, a podcast, and they're talking about your family and stuff. I'm like, yo, like that caught me off guard. And I
Yeah,
said,
that
that's
was
what I'm talking
crazy.
about. And now
Yup.
they're doing more behind the scenes stuff, and it's
Mhm.
starting to go outside the business. They're starting to reach people on social media, TikTok, Instagram. They're starting to listen to their fans more. And I love how they're becoming more engaged with the audience than it was just the business and you have to watch it to watch it. And
Yeah,
that's what
man.
I love. I love that he's reaching outside the doors, and look when they brought Mickey James for Royal Rumble, and she still
Mhm.
had the NWA Impact Wrestling title, and she was known for that.
That
Come
was a
on,
good
you would
move
never
for her.
seen that. You would never seen that a
I
couple
know.
years ago, right?
That's crazy. It's
So
crazy.
you never
Yeah,
know
yeah,
all
yeah.
these other changes. I mean, hell, AEW might do something with them. Who knows? That's probably in the works in the future. But I mean, CM
I
Punk
wouldn't
might
put it
go here
past
next. I've been seeing articles.
if CM, man, man, if Triple H
Wait.
and CM, if
Are you saying
man,
if CM Punk comes back to the WWE, you would be happy?
man, if
Depending on how he returns.
man, I'm just
Yeah.
saying, he trashed WWE. I know you never say never, but Triple H and CM Punk, according to everything that I've read, seem to not, really gel or like not, seem to kind of butt heads. So
Yeah.
Triple H is a businessman. I will say that, Pedro. I will say that Triple H
Yeah.
is a businessman first and foremost, and he knows, he was a part of the Attitude Era, which we talked about, and
Yeah.
he knows that controversy, as Eric Bischoff said, creates cash. So, I guess I wouldn't put it past him, but man, that'd be crazy. I would be. I guess you can never say never. Bret Hart came back, so but that's something that people. I never thought that would happen, and it did.
That's what I'm
But-
saying.
So
But if you think
man.
about it, let's just be honest. If CM Punk really came back to the WWE, because right now he actually has no other chance but to come back to WWE after what he
Right.
did in
Yeah.
AEW.
Right.
Yeah.
Would you bring him back the way he is?
And that's such a good question, because before I even got on this podcast, two people, again, we check all of our DMs, we talk to all of our fans, whether they have one follower or 10,000, doesn't matter. And this one guy, he sent me this article about the works with Triple H and CM Punk. He said exactly what you just said, Colin, that would you accept it in the same way? And I was like, man, that's crazy to think about with everything going on. But it's all about what's best for business, his name's still out there right now. So people are thinking he's not going to get the same pop. But for him to be back in WWE with the new game era, I feel like it'll be even bigger, especially they bring him back in Chicago. Who knows?
Let's get
and,
one thing. Let's get one. Wait. I'm sorry. We gotta. Sorry to interrupt, bro. I'm sorry. Whatever people want to think, Punk coming back to WWE will get a big pop. Just want to say,
Yeah.
like, come on. Let's not get crazy here. Let's
That's
not
what
get
I'm
crazy.
saying.
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, he
That's
would.
what I'm saying. No, for sure.
He would get a good pop. But what I'm saying is that would it be worth it though?
Because of
Yeah.
the turmoil and everything. I hear you. That's a good question.
On how he does it, because Bray is back right now. So I like the fact that Bray is back and how they brought him back. Now,
Mhm.
I feel like Triple H would bring CM Punk back the way he needs to be brought back,
Mhm.
but the way that he acted in AEW, I'm like, look, trash. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, that's not going to fly in WWE. I think WWE
Yeah.
has more stability backstage now, especially.
I feel like they're gonna
Yeah.
exactly. They're gonna humble him before he even steps in the ring. Like they're gonna let him know
Yeah.
what to do. When this ain't the same way you could do AEW, the same way you could do back in 2014, those pipe
Yep.
bombs and stuff. Like if you want to
Yeah.
be back in here, you're gonna listen to me. That's how I feel like it's gonna happen.
Yep.
And going back to the pop, look what they did with freaking Cody Rhodes. He left AEW right away, came right to freaking WWE WrestleMania.
I still
and the
can't believe he
biggest
came
pop-
back. I still can't.
That's what I'm saying.
Were you at Mania in Dallas? We were there.
No, I wasn't there. No, I wasn't
Dude,
there.
That pop was crazy. It was.
But
You were there. You were there live.
Yeah, we were there
Yeah.
live, man. Yeah.
Wow.
We actually had a debate. Me, Carlton, and our other crewmate, Sharif, and Carlton and Sharif were like the next day. We were just like they were just like, I don't know, that might have been just as big as Stone Cold's, if not bigger. And I'm like, I don't know about that. And they played it back, and I'm like, when he comes up, I'm like, nah, wow, I think no, that was the biggest. That was the biggest pop of the night. And
That's
I
what
was
I'm saying.
like, I still can't believe Cody Rhodes came back. I just can't. That's still. So yeah, I mean, if Cody Rhodes came back, Bret Hart came back, I guess you can't rule out Punk, because Cody Rhodes, his story. It's a shame he got injured, and we've said this a couple episodes. I'll say it again. He needs to. He really. I really hope, and I'm confident that he will get the Mania program, be ushered in right back into the spot before he left. Play a couple promo videos with him and Rollins, because that feud was amazing. Talk about his purpose of coming back, and it should work out well, because
There we go.
Yeah. So Cody Rhodes coming back still blows my mind. I don't know about you, Pedro.
Of course, that's what I'm saying. Just like you said, and it's so funny. We made a video. I'll send it to you so you can see on DM. But when he was in AEW, he was having a baby the same time we were having our second baby. So because of our platform, they reached out to us, AEW, and they had their show Rhodes on Top, right? Mm-hmm. So Cody Rhodes and Brittany Rhodes, we were the first ones that they reached out to, and they sent us a whole diaper cake, and we made a video out of it. And it said AEW. They gave us like a fake plastic championship belt. Me? Yeah, I'll send you the video. It was amazing. What? Like we did not expect that, right? And we were amazing. One of the ones, because they knew we were having a baby, so they gave us a brand new diaper bag, a whole diaper cake with over 200 diapers, wine for the wife whenever she was giving birth. So much stuff so it was like such a humbling moment for them to do that to us. And we were like, what? Like, this is insane. And it was amazing. It was for Haliel, because we had a baby and they knew she was turning 1. So they even their management even told us, what size diapers is she? And I said, I think like 2 or 3, whatever. And they sent that exact diaper cake with her, and we used it for her first birthday. It was amazing, such a humble guy, and to be able to for his team and them to send it to us personally because of our platform, we'll never forget that. So I'll definitely be a fan before everything and for now on. So definitely hoping for a speedy recovery, but that was definitely a big pop for sure.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
No, that's
crazy.
Fire.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I guess in terms of women's wrestling, actually, I wanted to ask a question about that. Who's your favorite women's wrestler right now, and who's Caitlin's favorite as well, since she's a very integral part of what y'all do as well?
Yeah, definitely. Good question, man. We're starting to get back into the NXT women's wrestling, because they've been doing their thing all the time. She's a big Bianca Belair fan because of how humble she is. Woo! How humble she is with her not only just her character, but her wrestling attire. When you think about it, when all the women come out, they do it, because they're loved. They know they're gonna get that look, whatever. But Bianca comes out respectfully for her husband, of course. And that's something Caitlin said, if I make it, I'm going to do the same thing for respect for you. Keeping everything covered nice and tight.
Right.
And it's also very stylish, and with the EST, that's, and a lot of people from African-American culture, I'm from the Bronx, New York, so I'm Dominican, Honduran. I got family who are African-American as well. They had long whips like that. That was a style for her to bring that culture to the WWE. That's like JTG and Crime Time, with the chain and the rocking. I'm from the Bronx, you already know. So to see that is amazing. She's a big Bianca Belair fan, and me, I'm a Liv Morgan fan as well. Especially she finally got her title. I like Liv Morgan, and I like her because our baby girl's name is Livin', but we didn't name her because of Liv Morgan. We already had her name set Living Angel because she's a real living angel.
Oh, that's
and
amazing.
Thank you. And I just like how she's an underdog as well. She finally got her title run. They finally pushed her, and she's doing her thing.
She's killing it.
Now she is killing it now, and she's starting to change it up. Also, big Alexa Bliss fan, just because of she knows how to act and she knows how to put on a good character. When she was doing that psycho craziness with Bray Wyatt, it was scary for people, even for adults. Like, man, I could feel that energy, that Halloween costume. She's such a good character. You tell her to play somebody, she'll play it. From her previous days to NXT, to Barbie doll, to Twisted Bliss, to the scary Alexa Bliss. She knows how to put on an act, and I've always been an Alexa Bliss fan as well. Doing her thing. I gotta say about Ronda Rousey, I don't like to be too much controversial, but you know, when she made her change from the UFC to WWE, I wasn't a big fan because you know, being a UFC, you know how those fighters are. They have a lot of downs and they make a comeback. And I feel like after she hit rock bottom, she just gave up on her dream. And then she found WWE, which was good. And you know, she's still trying to find her way. And I still can't connect with her because she's still trying to be the baddest woman on this planet. But that was UFC, you know. If they tried giving her a baby face when she came on, but I still wasn't handling it, you know. And maybe it'll give me some time because I'm, again, being a big UFC fan, I still think about her in the UFC having her title run and being on top of the world. And she just had a minor cutback and then, you know, just left, which is okay for some people, especially mental health is always important. So I understand with that. And hopefully she just continues to do her thing, you know, and I don't want her to get the easy way because her name, you know, and her platform in the UFC.
Oh, this is great you're mentioning.
I want her to make her way up like everyone else and maybe give her a babyface stage, put her in a tag team, see how she can act with that, and then she can have my respect. But right now,
exactly. Instead of giving her the belt.
Oh, man. We had debates about this, Pedro. We called it, and the rest of the crew, we had debates about this. I feel what you're saying. I feel what you're saying. I think
Pedro, you are 100% correct because you know he is the biggest Ronda Rousey fan. And I can tell you this right now. Yeah, I can tell you, like you are preaching to the choir.
I got you. I keep it real, man. I keep it real. I'm from the Bronx. Yes, sir. Let me hear, JP. Let me hear.
I will say that there's something that you mentioned that I want to harp on, actually. Do you think Ronda – I actually had never heard this, actually, Pedro. Do you think Ronda Rousey gave up too quickly on UFC? I've never actually heard anyone mention that. You said she had, you know, she had her dominant reign. Okay, she had a couple losses. You think that maybe that aura that she had, like she put it too much into that invincible aura and she just kind of gave up too quickly? Because I remember when she lost, I think the not to Holly Holm, was it Nunes?
Amanda Nunes.
Yep. Yeah. When she lost to her, I remember like I like to look on forums. I like to like look at, you know, Reddit and see what the hardcore fans are talking about in UFC or like whatever. Like, there's something big going on, whatever. So, what? What?
What's that?
Oh, snap! That's crazy. I don't know what just happened.
What just happened?
I have no idea. Whoa. All right, let's see. Wait.
What in the world?
I have no idea what just happened.
Hold on. What? I'm like a green screen.
Yo, what's going on? This is crazy.
Why are we in the forest?
This just got wild. I have no idea. I didn't do this. Who did it? Wait.
Hold on. What?
Okay. Let's see. Let me see if we can.
What in the world?
I don't know what's going. Wait. Let me see. Let's.
Okay. All right. Now I'm out the forest. What was that?
What you hit?
I didn't hit anything.
Wait, you.
I just hit. Hold on.
Wait,
I got out of it. I was like, what in the world is going on?
Hey, this is gonna be a story we tell in a couple years, right?
Just got it. Okay, I just got it. Okay, cool. All right, I don't even know what I was gonna ask. Okay.
Sorry. Yeah.
Rewind. Okay.
So Ronda Rousey, how she left too early. Yeah, definitely.
Do you think what Ronda Rousey does?
Do you think? Hold on. Do you think, Pedro, that when you said that she left too early, do you think that what she maybe should have done, in your opinion, humble opinion, Ronda Rousey, we love you. You know, feedback is great. You know, we're just fans here. If you ever hear this, you know, we love you. I don't know. No. But no. Do you think that maybe if she would have like switched up her technique or something like that, or gotten some more training from another coach, you think that would have been another avenue she could have taken instead of just rushing back? And do you think that she kind of just rushed back because of the hype of her name and everything like that? And maybe she just I just want you to
Yeah,
talk.
no, great question. And again, being an amateur wrestler, we're used to being in that circle. It's a one-on-one. It's not really a team sport when you're out there wrestling your other opponent. You get that anxious anxiety, that pre-match anxiety. These combat sports, they're warriors, that when you step in that cage it's a different world. Just like boxing, you gotta eliminate everything. It's just you and another person. You win, you
Right.
deal on your stuff, you lose is on you. So again, being a fan and being a combat sport athlete myself,
Right.
if I put myself in her shoes, she was killing it. She made her name for herself. She was the woman of UFC before all these other people came out. She was in the UFC game. She made herself known for the baddest woman on the planet. And I had so much respect. Like, dang, this girl's doing it with her judo, her jiu-jitsu, made every woman tap out in the division. No one was stopping her. And then she only relied on her wrestling. And again, being a coach myself at the UFC gym, you got to have striking as well. Me being a good wrestler, if I don't got striking, that's exactly what happened. And even my coaches, we talked about my coworkers with that match with Holly Holm. She didn't know how to stop her because she just wanted to grab her. Holly Holm kept that distance, punched her, kicked her, knocked her out, boom. And after that knockout, remember, she wasn't used to that. She was used to winning all the time. And I feel like that ego, respectfully, I feel like all that anxiety,
She was
you're
pretty
not
big,
used
man.
to. Yeah, and you're not used to hearing that negative stuff talk about you because you're so good at the top. So then when you get all the negative media saying, oh my gosh, she got knocked out, she has some mental thoughts about some bad stuff and, not being here no longer. And it took her some time. And I give her respect for taking her time out. And then she got another shot right away against Amanda Nunes, which again, because of her name and her reputation, they gave it to her without giving her a pre-fight, getting used to a striker. And she got in thinking she was gonna do it, got knocked out the first round again because Amanda Nunes had that striking power. And after that, what else can you do? That's it. She left. But for someone like Tony Ferguson or even Conor McGregor, same thing, was on top of the world. They were doing their thing and then they got knocked out. They lost, but they're still relevant to that fight field. Tony Ferguson still came back, got knocked out, but he still came back against Nate Diaz and then lost, and he went out as a champion. And I respect that. Same with Conor McGregor. He has some injuries. He's still talking to smack. I know he's going to make a comeback, which is great. So going back to it, Ronda Rousey had all this momentum going. She lost those two back to back. And instead of just, zoning out and just finding time to find your stuff again, she just completely left it because she couldn't handle it. And it came to WWE. And it's a whole different field, whole different fan base. Way different. And for someone like myself who's been a true fan, it's going to take some time for me to feel that character because I don't want to think about Ronda Rousey from the UFC. I want to think of Ronda Rousey in the WWE and how can you impact a fan base like myself and other people around the WWE.
You're not just going to fall for, it's Ronda Rousey, I have to No, you want to see, like, okay, what can you bring to the table? What can you do differently? I respect that. I know what you're saying with that.
Let me ask you this since we're on Ronda Rousey. And I know JB is going to probably get uproared when I ask the question. But do you think that because Ronda Rousey came in from the UFC, and do you think that she, honestly, my thing is, I don't think she should have gotten the belt, the WWE Women's Championship right away because of her name. I feel like she got everything because of her name, and she's not the best wrestler in the world.
No, she's not.
Do you think that she deserved to get that push? Because there's a lot of other people in wrestling, and obviously you're an amateur wrestler, that deserves to, they work harder. Like Liv Morgan, for example, who deserves the belt more because
she did bust her behind.
Worked hard.
Even though
she just lost it to Ronda Rousey again, and I'm like, it's because of her name. Do you think because of her name, did she deserve the all of a sudden just straight to the top in professional wrestling, even though she came from UFC? Because of that.
Really good question. And I'm gonna go back to WrestleMania San Francisco when she came out with The Rock, right? That was her first appearance. I was like, oh shoot, Ronda Rousey, make her switch. And then she did the little arm trip to Triple H and Stephanie when she came out with The Rock. And I was like, oh shoot, what's gonna happen? And then she came out and headlined WrestleMania. She made history that day, again, skipping the line with a lot of people, stuff that CM Punk talked about in his pipe bomb, And people, because of her name, she's just skipping to the top, right? And then now
Reigns dollars.
Liv,
Just gotta say, I'm not saying it's an excuse, but I'm just saying
course,
I know.
Of course, you would say that.
I'm just saying. It's I see why, but I think it could have. I understand the other side though. How like even though it could have been handled better. Like have some warm up matches. Have a path for her. Have her go up the ladder. Maybe have her mow down a bunch of people before getting to it, but don't just flop her there. I got you.
And that's the thing, you know. And again, with our platform and hopefully continue to grow bigger. And I'm gonna mention another example. She came out of nowhere, did her thing, and boom, they wanted to keep that recognition going with that name. And then I feel like Liv Morgan should have kept the title just a little bit longer, and then Ronda should have had another been on a tag team, you know, or took the NXT title, something where it's not all at the top, or
maybe her and Shayna Baszler. That'd be a cool.
Yeah,
that would be a cool.
Exactly.
Cool, right?
And they have history
badass.
together, so that's what I'm saying. Let's see how that works.
Yeah.
Being a big name. Look at Randy Orton. He went through so much top to bottom, on top of the game, to making tag team. Who would have thought him and Riddle be together? But again, he's a man for the people. He's all about business, and he still made it work. And RK Bro was a good thing. That's what I'm saying. So people like that who are so professional and they can work with tag team, I respect that. And then another example, Logan Paul came out of nowhere because of his name, his platform, doing a great job. And don't get me wrong, he did go to WrestleMania. And again, now having this shot against Roman Reigns.
Title match.
Think about other people like Ricochet or other people who are hard workers, you know, Chad Gable or other people making their way to the top.
These people aren't just pushovers. These are people that are over with fans. Like they would get like when Liv Morgan got her shot, the fans wanted to cheer her, and we heard that.
Yeah.
So like if Ricochet, you know, that's a good point. Just because we know Logan Paul's like for the, you know, for especially the younger generation, current generation, all that stuff. We know I know Logan Paul resonates with YouTubers and everything. I get it. But yeah, he just boom, straight to Roman Reigns, like champion holder for 2 years. Boom, straight there. I know what you mean.
And that's what I'm saying. And I don't want to say anything bad because maybe we could have the opportunity. Maybe our platform blows up, and where we started wrestling in the living room, I might have a shot at WrestleMania. But I'm going to make sure that the people before me are recognized. And I'm going to say that, you know, because again, it's about your name and where you came from. And again, I always kept it real no matter what. So that's just the difference because of your name. You know, sometimes it's just not right for other people. And you never know what they talk about backstage. And at the end of the day, if you're going to be working with these people, you got to have good relationships with them because, again, you just never know. You're going to see these people all the time. You don't want to have a bad reputation backstage, you know. And I respect it, and who knows, we'll see what happens in the end because it could just be a temporary contract with Logan Paul, or he can continue to make his way up. You know, Bad Bunny spent a whole year leading up to the WrestleMania event, and I respected that because his name was so big.
Yeah.
But he put in the extra work. It was a whole year to get to that, and hard work. Being a crazy person who he is now and being on top of the world, he still took a whole year off of his touring and music to be in WWE to make it great for us. And that's what I respect. So Logan Paul stays longer right now. If Logan Paul stays longer after this match to make his way up, then he has my respect too. You know?
Yeah, man. I love how you're you know, that's definitely like good critical feedback, breaking it down. Like that's, you know, and I think that's you know, there's a lot to decipher from that actually. Go ahead, Colton. Colton, were you about to speak? Okay, can't hear him. So yeah, I just wanted to say I have a question about the little one. I want to pronounce her name correctly. It's Hallel.
Holly L. So Holly and Yep. Holly L.
Okay.
Holly and an L at the end. Yep.
What do you think about her? What do you think? You know. Where do you see? Do you think that I know she's gonna make the decision she wants to make, but do you think with everything you're doing with this content with her and everything like that, do you think that she's has a path to want to become a pro wrestler?
Thank you. Good question. I was waiting for that too. Of course, a lot of people always ask. A lot of people always comment that girl's gonna be a wrestler. If that girl's not a wrestler, you guys are failing. And again, as a parent, you want what's best for your kids.
Right.
I'm a
right.
wrestler. I've been a wrestler all my life. There's a lot of good girl wrestlers. Caitlin was a volleyball player. We're going to
Mhm.
introduce them both to these sports to see if they like it. And again, our contact as it is, hopefully, God willing, continues to blow up and we'll take it to the next level. And this will be part of her life and she can see why it's fun. But yeah, we're going to give her that option to do it. If she doesn't want to do it, she loves to dance. She loves music. So she might have a singing pathway and
Mhm.
whatever it goes we're going to continue to go with our contact wherever direction they take us because at the end of the day without them we wouldn't be where we're at now and it's just a blessing to see that. But I do say, and I said this in my application for the tryout, I
Mhm.
said I want to be in the WWE. I want to walk so the Angel Sisters could run because that's something that we can also bring. There's no one like Halleyell and Livin, especially the Angel, both having middle name Angel. They're the Angel Sisters for a reason.
Mhm.
They have a good path. They could probably lead, make a different change to WWE, like the Bella Twins. No one thought about the Bella Twins. They came and changed the way it was for the division. The Angel Sisters, same thing.
Mhm.
Come in, do their thing. And we can lead that. But I gotta be able to step in first to lead the way. So,
Yeah,
Daddy
man.
did it and you could follow in Daddy's footsteps.
Man, so
Facts.
with everything you're talking about, man, like I'm like, yo, like we got like you have Miz and Maurice, and then you got Cody and Brandy, and I'm
That's what I'm
like,
saying.
we're gonna have Pedro and
Montez
Caitlyn.
Ford and
Montez
and
Ford and
Bianca
Bianca.
Belair.
Forgive me, I can't believe I missed that. Yes,
For
Montez Ford and
sure.
Bianca. And I want to add,
Steph and Becky Lynch.
yep, Seth and Becky. Like the list goes on. Like I'm thinking like next couple up, Pedro and Caitlyn. Let's do it.
That's what
There
I'm
you
saying.
go.
And I love that. And that's why I say all the time when we're blowing up, I said Pat and Cat versus, and I said if they bring us into the creative team, let's bring back the mixed tag team matches. Let's make a mixed tag team championship belt. This belt is a custom belt. It's the At Family belt. We do
Oh,
this for our
nice,
contact because of our
nice.
people. It says the At Family Wrestling Champion. And I just
Oh
beat
man.
Halleyell. I just beat Halleyell yesterday, so I changed it back to Pedro. So you already know I'm the champ, right? So we have these creative ideas, coming from social media.
Bring it to WWE, man. Y'all defending
That's what
that
I'm
belt.
saying.
Who's
That's
taking
what
it
I'm
from
saying,
y'all?
right? Yeah, who's
No
gonna
one's
take it
taking that
first?
from
That's what I'm
y'all.
saying. No one. So I say all the time, the mixed tag team, bring it back. Pat and Cat. Who would have thought two people wrestling in the living room can make it to the big stage and we can
Right.
still prove them wrong? Let's make a first ever mixed tag team championship belt, and I want to face Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch at WrestleMania and win it.
You're just
That's my vision.
cutting a promo,
That's
bro.
my vision.
Yeah,
That's
so
why I say my wife is the real redhead. You heard me? Becky Lynch is a imposter. Caitlin's the real redhead. She didn't have to dye her hair. Becky Lynch, that's all fake. And I'll say it to her in her face. Yeah, Seth. Yeah, you heard me, boy. Pat and Cat versus Seth and Becky for the first ever mixed tag team championship belt, WrestleMania 31. Let's go. Psych.
Bomb drop,
so
promo drop, pipe bomb on Crew Talk. Love it, Pedro.
yo, I gotta ask, man. I gotta ask. So, as a father, like
Yeah.
mixed tag team champion and everything, your daughters, what would your legacy be? Like, what would you want your legacy to be? Would you want your daughters to be in WWE or Impact or AEW, like in the future? Would you want them to be a professional wrestler, follow after you?
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, back to my
And your
last answer, yeah. If this is the route that God wants us in, because again, we're living God's plan wherever He leads us in, right? And it's always been a dream my whole life. And when this opportunity comes, and if I make it, and that's where God wants us, then I want them to continue it on. But wherever they want to go as well, look at The Rock's daughter. It just took her this much long to make her debut to NXT. This is The Rock's daughter we're
Crazy.
talking about, right?
Yep.
So
Right.
whenever they want to do it, and I'm glad that he didn't put that pressure on her because
Yes.
that's what everyone expects. And whatever they want to do, shoot, me and Caitlyn could be mixed tag team champions, but the Angel Sisters could be pop stars in a singing band around the world. Who knows?
Right.
We wanna be able to give them whatever they want, but God willing, we make it to this business and we go big. Then heck yeah, I want the Angel Sisters to live on that legacy and continue it. You always want, as a parent, your kids to be better than you. and I want them to live a better legacy. I want them to live better than what we ever had. Coming from
Mm-hmm.
East Coast to Bronx, Philly, we never had it all, and being able to go after our dreams and do whatever we can because of working hard, and we want to be able to provide for our kids, and we just want to lead them to the right way, and wherever they want to go, we're going to be with them no matter what.
Hey man, that's all facts, and that's so beautiful everything you just said there.
Sure.
Before we move on, Colton, did you have any thing to add? Any other
No.
questions? Okay.
Yeah, no
Cool.
other questions, man. But I just wanted to say, hey, I appreciate you taking the time out to speak with us and like talk with us and everything else, man. Look, as a father myself, man, I love how you have the work balance relationship that I would say, like you included your kids, you included your daughters and everything else, man. And big supporter, big follower, man. I appreciate you, man. And
Thank you.
again, I can't wait, man. I can't wait till you and your wife go ahead and get that mixed tag team championship. Like I'm all about it, man.
Yo,
You heard it here first, baby. You heard it here first.
I want that
Facts,
belt
bro.
defended, man.
Facts.
That belt is that's
Keep this
crazy.
podcast for the future. You keep this in the future. When we make it, be like, wow, we heard it here first. Use
Of
this.
course.
I want you guys to
man.
use this to keep going. Say,
Oh,
we knew
believe
you
me.
guys. When we were nothings, you guys were here for us. So when we make it, we're not going to forget this podcast. So
course,
use
man.
that.
Thank you, man. So
Yes, sir.
with all that said, Pedro, what is on the I know you mentioned stuff earlier, but is there anything else that's on the horizon that you would like our audience to know about with the App family and you in general, Caitlin, what have you, that we should be privy to know about or tune into or just be on the lookout for?
Yeah.
Feel free to go ahead and let everybody know that.
Yeah, definitely just be on the lookout for more WWE training content at the
Okay.
gym.
Awesome.
We're always at the UFC gym. We don't have no background. We're in California. There's no room. You don't have no
Mhm.
backyard. People always say, why don't you have a ring in your backyard? We don't have. Shoot, we went to PA, of course, but we don't have that. So keep a lookout for our training montage in the gym. We're just going to keep taking it to the next level, start showing more of the acrobatic skills, showing that we have what it takes to be in the ring or whenever I have that tryout. So we're definitely going to keep posting that. Keeping a lookout for more promos. Again, we're actors as well. We acted in college. We have a lot of experience acting. Even in New York, we were on set with big productions on TV, commercials. So we have the skills, and we're just going to start doing that. We're going to start going live more for our audience. A lot of our audience love that. And a reason why we have it in the past, because it's always on baby time. It's hard with babies. So we're trying to find a good time balance to go live where they can be in it too and not be so fussy all the time. Because even behind the scenes is we make it so fun, but they don't see what happens after the film, after they're having a good time. Babies have their own mind. When she's done, she's done. And that's the thing about it. We don't force it. We try as much as we can. That's why we practice everything, or we're so skillful when we're doing our moves. We only have like 2 or 3 takes because by then the babies they're ready to go. And we try. Yep. Yeah, as a father, when it's ready, when it's baby time, it's baby time. So we're trying to start becoming more engaged with our audience, keep a lookout for more lives, more interactions, and definitely just keep going from there and going with the trial. LA's coming here. I hope to see you guys there as well.
I was about to say, man, you're going to be in LA for WrestleMania.
Heck yeah.
Yes,
sir. Yeah, we'll gotta link up. We'll be in contact.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We'll let you know.
Heck yeah. Yeah, we'll definitely post on our social media. Hey, we're gonna be here. Come find us. And then hopefully, like I said, hopefully I get this tryout by then. This is my opportunity to do it, and I can't let up. I gotta do it for my family. I gotta do it for my kids, my wife. I gotta do it for our people, our platform. It started off as family fun in the living room, but now it's time to take it to the next level. Time to show them that I have what it takes to be the next LE superstar and the champ. You heard me.
I love it. I love it, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining Crew Talk. Appreciate you, man. And thanks everyone for watching.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I appreciate it. Before I go, real quick, I know it's late.
Of course, man. Of course.
You guys diehard Philly fans?
Of course.
Eagles, Phillies. I figured, man. You already know. I'm a Yankees, Giants. Hey, I'm really happy. I'm really happy for our division.
Well,
I'm really happy.
I mean,
I'm
come
from
on,
I'm from the
that doesn't make
Bronx, baby.
sense. Yeah.
Yankees, man.
Wait,
Yeah,
I'm
that
rooting.
makes sense. I can't get mad at that.
NFL
I'm
division,
rooting-
you happy for the Giants.
That's what I'm saying. I'm rooting for the Phillies because we beat you guys in 2009 World Series. So
Oh.
I hope you guys whoop the Astros' butt because I can't stand them.
You
And
know, just lost.
right. And going back to the Phillies, man, that's crazy. You guys 6-0. Hey, no
Dude.
one believed in the Giants 6-1. So let's hope we keep this
Oh, the
this
Eagles.
tradition
Yeah,
of
man.
rivalry alive because
Yo, man,
Dallas
the
and Washington, they're ready off the
Trash.
list. So it's Eagles and Giants now, baby.
Trash.
I love
Eagles and
you.
Giants all the way.
I'll let Colton. Colton will go off on with everything with the NFL. But no, we're all happy about the Phillies. It's crazy. Thanks for extending the. I feel like for once everyone wants Philly to. Everyone's rooting for Philly because no one wants the Astros to.
Nah.
No one wants the Astros to win. So we'll see what happens there. And thank you very much, man. And
For sure.
And hey, heads up, just to let you know, like LA's coming, but WrestleMania, the next WrestleMania is going to be in Philly.
It's going to be in Philly.
That's right.
You got to come.
Make it
That's
out.
right. I got family over there. You already know, man. Who knows? Who knows? I might be in WrestleMania Philly. Who knows, man? You never know what God has.
Hard, dude.
That's what I'm saying. I might be in the undercard. I'll find you guys in the stands.
Right. I'm not messing around. I'm being serious, man. You don't know. Like you got the driving pension and platform, and hey, who knows, man. So we're rooting for you, and thank you so much for being a guest, and we appreciate you, man. And we'll be in contact and everything. And thank you, man.
For sure. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you again for staying up. I know it's late. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me. Definitely keep in contact with us on social media. Don't be afraid to shoot a DM or talk to us or reply to our stories. We're always watching our fans. So thank you again. Thank you for being a big support. And have a good night. I'm going to go get these girls now.
All right, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Have a good
For
one,
sure.
man.
Take care.
God bless.
You too. Yep. God bless, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.